polished, cottage, wattage, introducing lowercase god body, natural Nathan, representing sons of light. Introducing lowercase god body, natural Nathan, representing sons of light. Believe in God, believe in God, believe in God. Yeah. Introducing lowercase god body, natural Nathan, representing sons of light. Intricate lyricism, just kicking, kicking. Promise, paying homage to mother, father, honor. As above, so below, as below, so above. Show love to the flow, which is gold. So what you waiting for? Take your face off the floor, walk through the door, soar like you're born, children of the Most High. So get fly. Meditate, elevate, levitate, rise to the occasion, be patient, success does not come quickly, move swiftly, efficiently, make it count, big boy moves, big girl moves, big man moves, big woman moves, enjoy the process, that's a test of the quest to the west, show zest, invest in your nest, and be the best you can be, dressed to impress. Express your gratitude, appreciation to the ones before you. Let go of the stress. I suggest you progress your mind's willpower to devour the obstacles and challenges to become a champion. It's a great badge of honor to show yourself worthy in life's conquest. A never-ending cycle, school of learning. Yo, banging on the beat, breaking the concrete, defeating demons on a daily basis, glowing radiance, raising the consciousness to the most high status, Lumen lyrical brightness, supreme natural intelligence. There's no coincidence that I'm rocking, feeding the knowledge to the masses, vets and youth, always speak the fire of truth, wisdom. Life is about growth or development, so build your light for the tests in life. Never give up, never let up, that's what's up, you know what time it is, so push forward, elevate your mind in the sun and rise.
Check it, listen, coming through, fire bun. I'm an intellectual to the precise decimals, mathematical root radicals. So let's see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth. Preach, teach, the fire of truth.
Just levitate, levitate, keep your head straight. Just levitate, levitate. Even if the world is so cold, we just levitate, levitate. Shed these lies.
Cheer, what's poppin', my brothers and sisters? Welcome to another live Blaze broadcast brought to you by your brother, your solar sovereign son, the radiant one, supreme natural intelligence. Words to the wise. Whoever controls the world defines the world. Did you hear me? Whoever controls the world defines the world. Let that marinate, be seasoned and spiced in a fire of truth.
What? Slow motion this side.
So the main purpose of today's teaching, my brothers and sisters, is that you got to learn to control your world. Stop making excuses how others are to blame for your life. Because you're responsible for your world, your reality. You got to stand up strong, like a man and a strong woman, and govern and control your own world. See that? Wisdom, words to the wise. Because if you don't control your world, others are going to control you and your world. And they're going to use you for your benefit. And that's what we see every single day when you're watching the media, when you're watching the government talk, while you're watching various different forms of programming from the television, which tells you your vision. They want to control your world. They want to control you. If you want your life to go the way you want it to go, you got to take your power back. and control your world. As I always tell you, mind over matters makes you the master. When your mind is subjected to the matters, that leads to your disaster. So as we're talking about definitions, whoever controls the world defines the world.
What? Slow motion this side.
So since a subject, what is a subject? A subject is under the objective. Did you hear me? We're defining it. The subject is under the complete object of things. So if you're going to be under the objective, that means you got someone else who's telling you what to do. Brothers and sisters, you got to take control over your own life, your own light. The only one to blame is the one in the mirror. If you're having the life that you don't like right now, that's because you did it. You can't blame no one else. You did it. You are responsible. You have to hold yourself accountable. And you got to surround yourself with better people, a better environment, and deal with better materials, things to help you get to where you want to go. The main reason why the masses like to follow leaders is because they lack focus to control their own life. The master key is razor sharp focus. Razor sharp focus, which the masses lack. And that's why they can't focus on what they want to do with their life. They have no knowledge of self because they lack focus. A person who's always constantly distracted, misdirected, and deceived are the people who are controlled in this life. That's why you got to master focus. Focus is the foundational thing to making things happen efficiently and effectively. If you're constantly distracted, in other words, another way of saying it, multitasking, it's going to be difficult for you to make things happen the way you want it to, because you're not focusing on, you're not putting your best attention upon something that you're learning from or the work you're doing. You're not putting all your attention on that thing to do the best work possible. If you want to make your life a work of art, you got to put all your focus on that thing. You cannot be distracted with anything else. If the distractions aren't beneficial for your endeavors and goals, why are you focusing on those things? If it's not helping you to make this thing more effective and efficient and making it more productive, why are you focusing on these other things in life? What's poppin', Skull Kid? I see you, Brother Tashi. It's time for you to take your power back and scorch the distractions to smithereens. That's truth blazing, facts blazing, facts being manufactured in a factory. So the main foundational lesson you have to take in is focus. Focus is the one of the highest principles when it pertains to action and work. When it pertains to action and work, the highest principle is razor sharp focus. So if you want to get things done, razor sharp focus is the best way to get things done. Your full 100% attention must be done on whatever activity you're performing to get the best results out of it, to get the best learning experience out of it, to get the best growth and elevation out of it. Like I always tell you, life is all about growth and development. Life is about building up your light. And you can't build up your light if you're constantly distracted with all these things that are taking away your light. I don't think you heard me. You can't build your light if you're constantly distracted with all these things that take away your light, your life. Become a master of your mind. And how do you become a master of your mind? It's focus. Once you become distracted, you've already become a subject of everybody else in the environment that is trying to get your attention. You got to know how to prioritize. Prioritizing organization skills are essential for making things manifest, to bring things to fruition as it pertains to your goals and your endeavors. If you lack organization ability, if you lack focus, you lack priorities, get your priorities straight, like common cliche saying, right? Know what are the most important things that must be done first. You know, when you're building a house, let's get into Freemasonry briefly. A house cannot be built if it's not made with a strong foundation. So you got to know the most important thing to do first before you move on to anything else. So you got to build a strong foundation on rock, on concrete, on bricks, if you're going to build a foundation. You can't build your foundation on sand, on soil that is all loose, that is all watery and muddy, because your house is going to crumble and fall down on itself. That's why it's important to get your priorities straight. Organization is master key, because organization is the ability to put things in the proper order. It's like an extension of priority. The ability to organize things to make your work more efficient, easier and convenient, and to make it strong at its core. That's what organization is. If you lack organization, that leads to confusion, which is pretty much the opposite of organization. Confusion is the opposite of organization. You gotta learn how to put everything in its category, in its importance level. That's why razor sharp focus is important, because you won't be able to have organization or the ability to prioritize which is more important in your life if you lack razor sharp focus. A distracted mind will never be able to get things done. They will stay in confusion. They will stay lost. They won't be able to discern the truth from the lies, from the deceptions, because they're not marinating himself, refining and purifying himself in what? The fire of truth. So as today, this teaching, short and spicy, simple but powerful. The most important thing to control your world is your razor sharp focus. Information is supposed to provide you transformation within. Information is supposed to provide you with transformation within. Transformation is supposed to be an elevation with your mental, physical, spiritual, and soulful bodies. Life is about growth and development. You're supposed to be transforming and making a positive change for your better. Change is very difficult for most of the masses because they get stuck in their ways, in stasis. They don't want to change. Change requires a lot of effort. And people don't want to put work in. They want everything convenient and easy. When it comes to taking your power back in your world, it's all about the paperwork you put in. You call yourself a citizen and you're trying to claim rights. When you're a citizen, you're a subject under the government. You're considered a child of the state, meaning that you have a mind of a child. The government is your parent, so you must listen to your parents. When you're a man or a woman in propria persona, sui juris, full competence to handle your own affairs, you are the supreme government of yourself. You gotta stand up for your rights on the foundation of truth, because law is contract. Contract is law. Citizens have privileges. Men and women in their full competence have rights. However, where there is more rights, you have more accountability and responsibility to handle your own affairs. When you're a subject, you have limited liability. However, you are more governed. You are more governed with your limited liability. You're giving privileges. And the rights you think you have, you won't be able to access your rights until you put your paperwork in. And let the government know that you are not a straw man, you're not a corporate construct, you're not a citizen. You got to understand this legal jargon and what's really going on, because the reason why your ass is controlled all the time is because it has a lot to do with your status in society. You call yourself a citizen, that is the same as calling yourself a subject under the government, a child under the government. When you call yourself a man, you are sovereign of self, you're governor of yourself. This is where it starts. This is the foundation of it all. Every time you go in that courtroom, they see you as a child. That's why a lawyer represents you. The lawyer represents you as your temporary father, who's in a mature status, while you're in a slave subject, childlike status. That's why you need to get representatives to handle things for you, because you don't have the necessary intelligence and responsibility and accountability and knowledge to handle your own affairs. In other words, what are you? A child in status. That's the way they see you. When you study the law, when you study the legal jargon. So you got to claim your power back. And you do that by razor sharp focus, by prioritizing what's the most important, by organizing yourself. Fire burn facts, truth blazing. Facts blazing. Facts being manufactured in a factory. That concludes today's message, my brothers and sisters. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay sitting on the edge of your seats for more fire of truth coming. This is what separates the elite from the weak, is knowledge. The people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's the only thing that separates the elite and the wealthy from the weak and the poor, is knowledge. The ability to focus. Priorities. Organization. Those are the foundational principles of controlling your life. If you don't have the ability to prioritize what's most important in your life, you have no ability to organize, to focus, then you're a slave and a subject. That's the way they see you. And legally, in contract law, because law is contract, contract is law, whatever you sign, you're subject to that contract. Verbally as well, your verbal contracts, you're subject to that. That's why you should never sign things that you don't know the full outline of. You got to read that fine print. You got to know what that contract entails. And if you willingly sign yourself under those things in ignorance, you deserve what you get. Because you didn't take time to read. You didn't take your time to prioritize, focus, and organize. Fire burn facts, truth blazing. Facts blazing. Facts being manufactured in a factory. So the ability to control your world is based upon your ability to prioritize and have razor sharp focus on each priority. Your ability to organize Those are the main things you must skillfully embody and embed in every cell in your body, so it's of use and benefit to you. Knowledge is of no force and effect if it isn't used and applied in live, dynamic, or radical action. Anyways, brothers and sisters, enjoy the rest of your day. You know what time it is. Pass the truth on the left-hand side, hey. Pass the truth on the right-hand side, whoa. Pass the truth on the bottom-end side, hey. Pass the truth on the top-end side, whoa. Enjoy. Peace, peace, peace. Skull Kid says, I need to focus on my main goals and cut off people like Jonathan because that's what holds me back and put me down and into a distraction cycle. Exactly, my brother. Exactly, my brother Tashim. Skull Kid. You need to be doing that. Exactly. So anyways, brothers and sisters, stay tuned. Stay sit on the edge of your seat for more fire of truth coming. We're always going to be spitting that knowledge and wisdom in simple terms, for easy ways to understand and apply. So you got to practice. You got to learn to meditate, elevate, levitate, listen to RaySun, and listen to wisdom. Enjoy, brothers and sisters. Peace. Let nature be your guide always. Be a scientist by observing, because the one who observes, listens, and takes notes is the one who's going to be the most powerful person. And in order for you to have the ability to become a scientist, you got to know how to prioritize what's more important. You got to know how to focus. So focus, priority, organization. Peace. Flow like water. Learn to be adaptable in all seasons of life. You know what time it is. Flow like water. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. Peace. Meditate, elevate, levitate, rise to the occasion, be patient, success does not come quickly, move swiftly, efficiently, make it count, big boy moves, big girl moves, big man moves, big woman moves, enjoy the process, that's a test of the quest to the west, show zest, invest in your nest, and be the best you can be, dressed to impress, express your gratitude, appreciation to the ones before you, let go of the stress, I suggest you progress your mind's willpower to devour the obstacles and challenges to become a champion. It's a great badge of honor to show yourself worthy in life's conquest, a never-ending cycle, school of learning.
Yeah, check it, listen, coming through, fire bun. I'm an intellectual to the precise decimal of mathematical root radicals. So let's see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth. Preach, teach, the fire of truth.
We just levitate, levitate. Keep your head straight. Just levitate, levitate. Even if the world is so cold, we just levitate, levitate. Shift these lies.
Balance is key, foundation you see, harmony we seek, nature we free, spirit we agree, preach and teach, the flock we reach, peace we feast, Ecclesiastics 3, Barak Shalom hour, inner peace power, reason in season, there's meaning in beacon and wisdom we season, peace to the most high, the most high, 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 peace to the most high, the most high.